3 weeks later. One eternity later.
This entire archetype does not use a single ultra rare or SR. So I hope you guys stocked up on your weed killer, because Konami just released their most free to play competitive deck ever.
Great Scott.
Well, I say weed killer, but these guys aren't actually flowers. They're actually Hanfuda cards, which is another card game. So essentially you'll be playing a card game inside a card game, which is a little confusing, but honestly, that fits this deck's aesthetic perfectly, considering this entire deck is very confusing to play. Alright, so first of all, before I go through the cards, I'm just going to advise you that if you are going to try this deck, please play against some AI first, as this deck, when played on a timer when you're new to it, is terrifying. This deck requires you to play very quickly or you'll time out every single duel. This deck is based around 7 monster cards. Pine is your only normal summon for the deck, and is required in your starting play. On summon, you may draw a card, and if it is a Flower Cardian monster, add it to your hand, otherwise send it to the graveyard. This is a recurring theme you'll see throughout the Cardians. If he is destroyed by your opponent, you may draw 1 card. Next we have Clover with Boar, who is just like the rest of the Flower Cardians, and won't be able to be normal summoned or set. This one requires 1 tribute of any Flower Cardian monster other than itself to be special summoned, and on summon will draw a card. If it's a Cardian, you may destroy 1 monster, otherwise send it to the grave. Similarly, we have Maple with Deer, who has the exact same effect, only it destroys spell and trap cards. Peony with Boardefly has the exact same summoning conditions, only this one is a tuner. And on summon will allow you to draw 1 card. If it's a Cardian, you may look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and choose to place them on top or the bottom in any order. When this card is used as Synchro material, you may treat it and all other materials as level 2 monsters. So this is generally used to summon Boardefly, whose effect grants him piercing damage, and by banishing 1 Cardian from the grave can stop your opponent special summoning monsters from the grave or activating their effects. Generally you won't really need to summon him all that often, since his attack is only 2k, and he's not required for this deck's OTK, unless your opponent has a Bacon Saver, which then obviously summon this guy so he can't activate it in the grave. Next we have Zebra Grass. This card can special summon itself as long as you have a level 7 or lower Cardian on the board. On summon, you may send Cardian monsters from your hand back into the deck to draw the same amount of cards. So this guy can obviously be used to summon any of your other Cardians, but generally this card is used to summon Zebra Grass with Moon, who requires a tribute of a level 8 Flower Cardian. On summon, you may draw a card. If it is a Flower Cardian, you may special summon it, and if he destroys a monster by battle, you may draw a card. Now keep in mind that both of these effects are extremely irrelevant, as 1, this deck is mostly an OTK that board wipes before combat, so killing monsters shouldn't really occur. And 2, most of your Cardians cannot be special summoned except by their own effect. But this guy is necessary for any kind of OTK, as it has the most attack of your Cardians sitting at 2k. This deck then runs 2 supporting spell cards. Flower stacking allows you to choose 3 Cardian monsters with different names and place them on the top of your deck in any order. So generally, if you don't have Pine in your opening hand, you're going to want to put that at the top. Otherwise, use this effect to basically stack your deck for when you use your Cardian draw effects to guarantee their activation and make sure you have follow-up plays. It also has a bonus effect of if it's in the grave other than the turn it was sent there, you can banish it to add 1 Flower Cardian monster from your grave back to your hand. This card is basically the reason we run Grit, as if you don't have Pine, this card will be your only opening play, so normally your board will be pretty empty, so this helps prevent OTK. The final card is Recardination. This card allows you to add a Cardian back to your hand from the grave, and then special summon one, ignoring its summoning conditions. If this card is sent to the grave by a Cardian, you can activate the top 5 cards of the deck, add a spell or trap card from amongst them to your hand, and return the remaining cards in any order you choose. So this deck will take a bit of practice, but honestly it's not too hard. It's more that you just need to learn the flow of things, and how to get to your OTK, which is generally just spamming boar and deer to clear, while simultaneously trying to get 3 monsters out on the board using Recardination or grass, and finally special summoning moon so you have 4k attack on the board. Alright guys, the rest of this video will just be 6 gameplays showing this deck list in action. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, comment if you have any questions or feedback. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Also, make sure to join my Discord, link at the top of the description.
Duel. Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.